everyone, this is Candace with Skylight Coaching, and this is another stream of consciousness from me, Candace. And part of the reason that I'm doing this video, and I've got wet hair, and I'm doing it like this, is because I want to talk a little bit about just doing things even when they're uncomfortable, and getting messy with things when you're starting out. And I think that a lot of times when we sit down to write or we try to create something, we just want it to flow onto the page perfectly. And when it doesn't happen like that, or when we look at our videos and we're just like, what is going on with my face? What am I doing? Like, why is my hair like that? I don't know about you, but as an INFJ, this is a topic that I'm going to talk about, but not exclusively. There's a lot of different topics I want to talk about, and I've got a lot of information and what I hope are valuable insights to share with other people. But this is kind of near and dear to my heart, and I made other videos about it, and I made videos about putting yourself out there. But I think really deep down, the trouble that I've had with being consistent is I just wish that things could be polished. I wish that I had a whole production team, and I just have this vision of having an intro and a beautiful layout and setup, and where I'm doing these videos and they're all super on topic and I don't go off on tangents, and I'm able to make my point eloquently and succinctly, and and what's happened is I have made videos and deleted videos and posted videos and pulled videos down and gotten embarrassed because it doesn't look the way I want it to. And two things come to mind. When I think about the content that I've seen in other people's videos that has really made an impact on me the most, it's the most raw and genuine footage where maybe they don't look that great. Maybe their face is super shiny, or maybe the sound quality isn't what it should be. And years ago, I used to just be upset, like, well, things need to be formatted, things need to look good, and you got to feel good about, I think if I'm going to pay to promote like a specific video or a specific post, I'm going to pick my most polished work, of course. But I'm at a point where I realize I've just wasted so much time and energy creating and tearing it down and not doing it. And I've talked about this in some of the other videos that I'm going to post. When I started doing my art, it evolved, and I still have my first like little piece, but I gave myself permission, and I just said, I'm doing this for me, and I'm going to just put it on the page, and it doesn't have to be good enough, and nobody has to like it. And it has evolved into something effortlessly that I'm really proud of, and I like my pieces. I genuinely like them, and other people seem to like them too. And so when you're getting started, you've got to just get in there and do something. And I want to apply that same thought process to these videos, because I feel like I've curated and accumulated all this knowledge and all these different resources over the years that I really love sharing with people. And if I don't share it consciously and in a healthy way and in an outlet that's appropriate, it comes out in unhealthy ways. And then I'm giving advice to people who don't want it, or I'm cornering somebody and giving them a tutorial, when what I need to be doing is posting a video to an audience who may or may not be interested. And it's not any of my business if it's good enough. If it's not good enough for you, you can go somewhere else and find what you need, and I hope that you do. And so my second point was that I'd heard somewhere, and I don't know exactly where I heard this, and I wish that I did. And if I find out, I'll update it in the notes, or maybe if I can get fancy with my video editing, I'll put it on the screen. Probably not, though. I'm not super fond of any sort of editing at all at this phase. But what they said was that it takes a while for your creation or your art to match up with your taste. And I think that that's so true for artists and creative people, is that they have this really refined palette and appreciation for art, or a particular type of writing or engineering or whatever it is that they're creating. And there's so many examples of just this brilliant work. Well, nobody starts out that way. And you got to give yourself permission just to start somewhere and allow it to evolve as it will. And another thing that has held me back is my embarrassment about an inability to be consistent. So I'm going to make a separate video that says what can you expect from my channel, and that's going to be consistent inconsistency. So you're going to have to subscribe if you like this to get notifications, because I don't want to be like, I'm going to do this every Tuesday or every Friday. I don't know how I'm going to feel on Tuesday or Friday. I don't know how I'm going to feel when I wake up in the morning. I feel like if an INFJ was an element, it's water. It's very much dependent on the external environment for what state it is existing at that time. Is it a fluid? Is it steam? Is it ice? Is it snow? Like, think of all the different ways that water shows up in our environment, and it has everything to do with all the other elements that it's surrounded by. And so I'm just a very fluid person, and I'm making these videos also specifically, well, for all people who might benefit from watching them, but also specifically for INFJs, because I came across somebody, I think his name is Jack James, or I can't remember anymore, but I mentioned him in some of my other videos if you happen to feel like watching them. I'm a binge watcher when I watch things anyway, so I'll watch things and I will really get into a particular teacher or system of thought, and I will just watch video after video after video on that one concerted thing. I really like to do a deep dive on things, and I imagine that other people, especially other INFJs and maybe INTJs, are deep divers when it comes to information. But what I liked about his video is just how raw and just honest about his insecurities, and some of his videos he looks really cute and polished, and other ones he looks, a little bit, like I look now, with wet hair and just not as, performance ready. But it really had an impact on me, and I was reading through some of the comments that people make, and there's a lot of them, but they're just like, I wish you knew how much this helped me. And I know that I've been in times in my life where I felt lonely, and I read things that other people, especially other INFJs, put, and it just feels good to see people who are like me in their element, and it helps me not feel alone. But if you're just a creative person in general, maybe you can relate to this inconsistency. Sometimes the muse is not in the mood, and I really feel like ideas and inspiration, they're like women, they show up when they feel like it, on their own time, They come and go, like, just, I don't know, for some reason ideas present themselves to me as like a female thing, the unmanifested, the infinite possibility, and the masculine is the form that it takes. And so, yeah, I'm just doing this video as a get out of your comfort zone, be real exercise, and I hope that you've taken something from that rambling. I don't even know how to do the keywords on this. I guess I might do like INFJ, because I don't want to create this content and not really do it. Like, so what I mean by that is I don't want to create these videos and keep them in my phone without posting them. And I also don't want to post them without taking an honest, giving it a fair shake, you know, and by that I mean like doing what I need to do to put it out, actually put it out there, because I know that if I don't write anything in the notes, and if I don't put the keywords, and if I don't do that, then it's just like keeping it in my phone. And if I'm going to be real about this exercise and sharing what I know in the service of other people, I need to do it for real. And so that's something else I'm thinking about in regards to my creativity. Let me know what you think about that. Again, I will say, I don't know what I think about comments yet. And to be honest, I'm really afraid to read them. Because I don't want people who I don't know affecting my work. And I'm very impressionable, and I'm sensitive, and things hurt my feelings sometimes. And I know that some people just write mean comments. Like, I have this story because, no, I'm going to make another video about that. But, so this is my channel. Like it and subscribe, because otherwise I don't know when I'm going to post the videos. So if you subscribe, then they just send you a notification. I think I'm going to work in batches and just put it all up at once. I'm not into editing, and so yeah, I don't want to edit. It sucks, and I get very upset. And I really feel like when I get upset, my negative energy causes different electrical problems. For real. So